Hi and welcome to this tutorial on how to paint ivy. We're looking at common ivy here, Hedera helix, and I've got quite a bit of it in my garden growing on my walls, so I went and picked a bit. These are going to, well, they're berries, and they're going to help feed birds. They've helped feed the birds all over winter. So they're really important to the garden and to the wildlife that lives in your garden. So if you've got a little bit, then go and trim a touch off, and you can draw it from life, or you can just look online for pictures of the ivy and work from those. I'm going to do them in pastel today. I've got some normal standard pastel paper here, sugar paper really. It's really cheap. If you've got pastel paper, that's great. If not, don't worry, just use normal paper. Something that's got a slight tooth to it will help. And you can get really posh pastel paper, pastel matte, which is excellent, but it's very expensive. So it's up to you what you want to spend your money on. I've just got some basic chalks here and pastels. They're soft pastels, they're not oil pastels, okay? So they don't have oil in them. They're very different. With chalk pastels, you can smudge them with your fingers. These are Conti pastels, which are slightly harder, and they are really good for getting a point on your work. So if you find it hard to find the edge with a soft pastel, you can use your Conti pastels to find an edge. Use whatever pastels you've got, but obviously you're going to need brown and green. So hopefully you've got something like that in your set. First of all, I'm going to draw it out, and I'm just going to use, I'm going to sort of piece together a piece using the sprigs that I've got here. So these leaves are lovely. So I'm going to look very carefully. I'm going to do a stem, and then I'm going to have a short stem with a leaf projecting from it. So you know, you can make your own picture up really. And the leaves are made of 3 sections, and they tend to look like this when they're younger, and then as they get older they turn more into this sort of shape here. Okay, so look carefully, where are the veins and so on, and just draw out your leaves and your berries. If you want to add some berries on, you can. So let's have a stem coming off with a little, we'll draw that one that's sticking out there. It's just a little circle and a cup, and then lots of projections. I'm going to finish this drawing on time lapse so you can watch it build up. Okay, once you've got your drawing the way you want it, you can copy mine, you can do what you like. We're going to start building up the colour. So first of all, I'm working on a coloured sheet here, which helps with the final finished piece. But all you need to do is fill in the leaves with yellow or light green, like this. Now you might find that some of your lines show through. If that's a problem for you, then lightly rub them out before you start with your pastels. And like I said, these are chalk pastels, okay? And with the berries, take something like a purple, if you've got a purple, and just fill those in as well. So I'm just going to quickly do this on time lapse again. Okay, I've put a little bit of black along this side of the stem, and on the underneath of these little projections here, I've put some black here. I've put purple, brown for the cup, a little bit of black and a white highlight, and then a little sticky out bit there on those berries. I've also picked up some colour from around the place and I've just dotted it around using my colour shaper. This has got a rubber end on it and this is for pastels, and it lets you blend your colours and move your colours around if you need to without using your fingers, which are very thick and you can see get very dirty. But if you haven't got one of these, then go ahead and use your finger. I've also got one of these which is made out of paper, which you can get in bargain shops. So use what you've got. You could just use a piece of material or tissue. And all I've done is I've taken some green and I've started to negative paint colour, in these ivy leaves. The reason why I'm doing that is so that the yellow of the vein of the leaf gets left behind. So it's just a matter of blocking areas out and leaving the yellow veins behind. Okay, use the colours that you've got available to you. If they're not exactly right, you can see that that's nowhere near that tone. This is much darker than this. You could add some black into it if you wanted to, like this, and then just blend it with your finger or with your colour shaper to make it darker. I'm going to put this on time lapse now and fill the rest of it in so you can watch. Okay, so here we have the finished quick ivy pastel picture, and we can see the ivy here also and the berries. I'll just put the berries over here. Okay, now with pastel you're quite limited with what you can do. Mainly because of the blending capacity of it. If you find it difficult to blend, then another alternative is to use pastel pencils. And what you can do with pastel pencils is you can sharpen them like a normal pencil, and you can really get into those details and bring them out. They're slightly harder, they don't move as much. So yeah, if you try, working large will help. If you want to work smaller, use pastel pencils. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. The leaves are lovely to fill in with that negative painting, and the berries are for the birds, so don't chop your ivy down, and they flower and provide nectar for all sorts of creatures and food. And also they're used to make cough medicines, so lots of different uses for ivy. Hedera helix, yeah, okay. Found in Europe, Western Asia, can be quite rampant, but it's quite hardy and lovely ornamental plant, but don't chop it down if you can. Okay, hope you enjoy. See you again next time. Bye for now.